Hello, the KGC followers and listeners. Today I am joined by one of the greatest guys in music. He's part of a legendary group of guys. He's a part of the Alabama Music Hall of Fame, the Country Music Hall of Fame, the Grand Ole Opry Gospel Music Hall of Fame. You name a Hall of Fame, he's probably in it with his singing partners. For Christmas, please go check out this book, Behind the Beard. Go purchase it along with his 3 CD project with his boys, Kristen Rusty and Aaron McCoon, singing on the bass. And they call themselves William Lee Golden and the Goldens. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome to my show today William Lee Golden. Golden, how are you doing, sir?
Caden, I'm doing good. How's things in Spokane doing?
It is colder than I will ever get out, man.
Yeah, well, I hear that the big storm is moving across through there and coming all east. So it's a trail of it coming out of the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, man, it is cold and I cannot wait for summertime, man. Because summertime means warm weather and I'm all about that, t-shirt life, man.
Yeah, I like that too. I grew up in the deep south, so cold weather. I have to bundle up myself.
Hey, before we get actually started in it, you and all the boys are at Gaylord Opryland from you're in the middle of the big swing, right?
We are a little over halfway now. The Oak Ridge Boys are at Gaylord's Opryland Big Hotel Resort here in Nashville. We're doing our Christmas in Tennessee shows there. We're doing 34 shows of Christmas in Tennessee, Christmas shows. And we're a little over halfway through it now. We started the week started on a Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and we sang Wednesday and Thanksgiving, and we sang every day but Tuesday right through Christmas Day. And so that's with the Oak Ridge Boys. And when I'm not with the Oak Ridge Boys, I'm out there playing and singing music with my family, my kids, and that's where I'm having a lot of fun. Is spending time with my family, on the road with the Oak Ridge Boys. Through all of these years, the thing that we miss the most is being with our families, and it's you feel bad about being an absentee father and an absentee husband for 150 days a year or more, a lot of years. And so it's an opportunity for us to be at home every day during the Christmas tour. For 30 years, we did Christmas tours like 6 weeks starting in the middle of November, and we'd do Christmas shows, one night stands. We're here today, another town. Occasionally, we might be in one town for more than one day. It'd be a 2-day sellout, and but anyhow, we're in the middle of that here at Opryland as our 2022 Christmas show, and so at the end of that, we get through. We wind up Christmas night will be our last night of the Christmas shows here in Opryland, and then I'll be rehearsing for 2 weeks then to go and play the first year. I guess it's January the 7th with the Goldens. We'll be doing a concert over in Paris, Tennessee, and so that's something we're also looking forward to, and we'll be rehearsing to go there with our full band and having fun again. It's all about having fun.
Oh yeah, man. And I want to ask you a quick question. Before you joined the Oak Ridge Boys in 1965, uh, which is if I'm counting correctly, some of the guys in your group have been there 50 years.
Yeah, we've all been there. In fact, this coming year in 2023 will be Joe Bonzo's 50 years. Richard Sturban just a few months ago this year, he celebrated his 50 years of being with the Oak Ridge Boys. And Dwayne, he's 56 years. And I'm somewhere in there. I was gone for about 8 years, and but I've been back for 25 or 30 years now. I got back in what, 96, I guess.
But before you joined the Oak Ridge Boys in 1965, I want to talk about a period of time where you began your singing in the FFA quartet, the Future Farmers of America. Was that where you got the singing bug? Was from the FFA quartet?
No, it wasn't. It was I actually started playing and singing when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, playing guitar, rhythm guitar, and singing with my sister Lynette. She played mandolin, she played piano, she could play guitar, but my sister and my mother taught me how to play rhythm guitar, and my granddaddy was a fiddle player. So, but I used to love playing rhythm guitar and singing harmonies and singing. But and we would sing. Uh, my sister and I would sing on Granddaddy's radio show sometimes. We'd get to sing on it once a week usually, and we'd get to go sing a song on there. From there, we'd sing in every little schoolhouse and church around South Alabama, Northwest Florida. And from there, in high school is when I was in the 11th grade. Then I got to sing in the FFA quartet. I was taking Future Farmers of America classes in school. They had that in our schools. It's a county school in South Alabama, but I took agricultural classes and shop, and they also encouraged kids, if you played music or sang. Some schools would have bands, a band, and the other schools would have singing groups, and they would compete with each other. Different chapters of FFA, Future Farmers of America kids, and we would compete with each other. And I've still got the banner that we won. They presented it to me. My high school presented it to me maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I was down for an event in Brewton, Alabama. That they presented me the banner that we won when we won the district competition for FFA in the South Alabama district of competing, singing with other groups and other kids. But and we were going to the state finals, and our lead singer at that time, his family took him as soon as he got out of school, and they had the finals in the summertime. They took Glenn Graves and went to California with him. His family would migrate out there and spend the summers and pick fruit and come back. And they lived around Brewton there. But anyhow, I didn't get to perform. We won all the competition up to that, and then didn't get to sing in the final competition. But anyhow, I've been singing in competitions ever since.
Hey man, I want to ask you about a particular time in I guess it was 1975, as I was reading through your book here again. Go check it out for a great Christmas present. Go to Amazon or go to williamleegoldenbook.com, or just wait till they come to you guys, because I know you guys will be touring in 2023. So wait till they come and come get a golden book, because it will make you laugh, cry, and might even scare you a little bit if you read it just right. But I want to talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, Scott England helped me write my autobiography, and he would come here to the house during the pandemic. We were here at home, and he would come over and we'd sit on the front porch. He would set his little recorder there at a little table between the chairs, and we'd start talking. We'd talk for a couple hours, and he'd have a notepad, with questions on it that he wanted to know. And then he would leave and said, well, I'll see you in a couple of days. And we'd get together again a couple of days and sit for a couple of hours and talk again. So we did that for 6 months, 6 or 8 months. We did that. I told Scott, I said, "You're welcome to talk to all the Oak Ridge boys," which he did. I said, "You talk to anybody else, my family, whoever that we talk about here, you're welcome to talk to them." He talked to Jeff Panzer. He talked to Jim Halsey, our manager. He talked to a lot of people. He talked to my first wife, and she told about some of my unfaithfulness that I probably would not have gotten into in the book if she hadn't have got all into it. But I can't deny what I did, and it's all true. So there's a lot of stuff in there that I let everybody get what was on their heart out, and whether it fit my narrative or not. I mean, truth is what should rise to the top, and so I don't try to hide who I am or where I come from or my background. I grew up on a farm, and I love people. I love music. I love all kinds of music. Music has a healing power to me, and what we did as a family during the pandemic, uh, I had a vision to go in and do all this music with my sons, and I had this vision a couple of years before the pandemic. It just happened that the pandemic, we could never get the time that we would all be in town together to even start the project. Pandemic gave us an opportunity. What I did is for 2 or 3 weeks, I did like a lot of people. We were sent home, told go home, lock the door, put on 2 masks, and if anybody knocks on your door, crawl under the bed. So I had to put that negative crap off of TV and turn the TV off and said the heck with that. Got outside under a tree and allowed my thoughts freedom of thought. Let my mind go and trying to assess who we are, where we are. What happened to me is a lot of old songs from my early childhood and throughout my life. Songs throughout my life. It meant something to me. Songs that were essential in inspiring me, making me want to follow music and give it all I had. Go every day, take it where music takes you. And so that's what we did. And in the process, when I got the family together, and my sons and everybody together, we started playing music and singing old songs. We didn't, we were in the middle of a pandemic. I didn't feel like us writing about a pandemic and recording things of a nightmare that we're all living. I didn't want to revisit that every day in a song. So we started going back to old songs that inspired us in life. And we started recording them and not only singing them here around the piano at home with the guitars and mandolins and playing and singing here at home, but we went on right up the street to Ben Isaac's studio there at TBN, and we started recording. Got the family together, got some of our close music friends that were also needing some healing power through music. And we got together and we worked through a pandemic. 3 of the people, my son Chris, Steve Henson, and Ben Isaac, wound up during these sessions individually having COVID. And we had to work through and around that, and past it. It happened that Chris and Steve Henson was coming down with it the last couple of days we were recording, and his doctor told him it was a sinus infection. But after we finished recording, he went to the doctor to get a test and found out he was heavy with COVID, wound up in ICU in a hospital 3 or 4 days later. And but he survived, and we found healing in music, mentally, emotionally, physical, and spiritual healing, something we all needed. And So that's how we put all of these projects together, is through the pandemic. It's what we found. We took a negative situation and turned it into a positive situation for us. It's something that we could do, and we just blocked all the negative out and focused on the positive in life. And the healing in life came through the music. So it's one of the it's a thing I'll always be happy that we did, and I feel like it could be, in the end, could be one of our greatest legacies of something that during a pandemic that we refused to allow to roll over and give up on something that we had pursued all of our life. And we were told that all musicians are unessential. Okay, we didn't say we were, but we did say that music is essential to us. So it may not be essential to other people, but it's certainly essential to us. And that's where we went with it. We we just wrapped our arms around music, the old, the good, and that's what brought us all together, and it's kept us together through this. And we have things that we wouldn't have if we hadn't followed our visions. And I feel like that's the thing in life that we all should do as people, is we sometimes we seek our visions, and when they come to you, it may not be what some people want, but you still have to follow what your visions are and follow where your heart leads you to. And so that's kind of what I've done most of my life. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've also gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom along the line.
That's words, Golden. Thank you so much, man. And I want to talk to you about, since we're in the Christmas season, and I want to say also a happy 97th birthday to Mary Wheat. I know that she's a continuously watcher, so happy birthday, Miss Mary. And thank you for your support on my podcast. But I wanted to talk about, in 1982, you guys had just released Bobby Sue, and you were going into the studio to work on a Christmas record. And Eddie Raven comes in with a song called Thank God for Kids. When you were in the
Yeah.
recording studio, did you know it was going to be a hit when you were recording it, like you did with Elvira?
No, we didn't. Eddie told us that, guys, he said, this is a song I wrote 7 years ago. He said, I've got it on an album, but he said, I think I would like for you guys to listen to it. He said, it's not a regular Christmas song, but I think it fits this project that you guys are doing. He was right. It was more than just a Christmas song. The record label released it around Thanksgiving as a Christmas song. It went up the charts. Christmas came and went. The little song kept going up the charts into the next new year. And then it went up to the top of the charts in country music. And that's unheard of for a song that says, thank God for kids, to reach the top of the charts in country music. But it certainly did. And so it was more than just a Christmas song. It's a song that we sing 365 days a year. In fact, last night at Opryland Hotel, I had my granddaughter was there with her mother, and they had three of my great grandkids was there. I had grandkids, and 3 great grandkids were all there last night. So that's what's important in life, is family also. And it's like I say, as much as we travel, it can be, you can feel lonely and away from home. Your family and your kids are never away from your mind, but sometimes having that long distance between you can pull on the heartstrings. To do what we do, you have to make a decision in life. We're not the only ones that have to sacrifice our joy of being home. a lot of people, so especially military people that are gone for months and months away from their families, serving our country for our freedoms. And so there's the things we got to look at life and be thankful and respectful for all things. Things don't just happen. There's a reason and a purpose for all things, I feel.
Yeah, and that's very well put, William. And Golden, I want to say thank you so much for your constant support of the show, man. And I love seeing your tweets, man, and your just kind words about the show, man. And how ironic that my birthday is your parents' anniversary.
Yeah, December the 23rd.
Yes, sir. And
So, yeah, man, I miss my parents too. And that's a great thing about making this music and doing the autobiography with Scott England here. It's given me an opportunity to go back and document things in my life in written form and in music form, recording and writing during a pandemic. The things that were bubbling inside our heart and our mind for years, and it was a great time to get all of that out. And so I feel good about it. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for every day, and I follow what you're doing there, Caden. See you on social media, and Jeff Panzer is our closest friend here, and I know he's helped you to be a better guy in your podcast here, and to giving you encouragement and also great advice from a man that's as a young guy. He started out, was the youngest producer in the networks back with ABC 2020 investigative reporting, but he loved music and wanted to report about the inside of music business and the great groups that that make music. So that's how I met Jeff. He was doing a 2020 piece for ABC 2020 television piece, doing a piece on Alabama, the band, Randy Owen and Katie Gentry and Jeff and Mark down in Alabama. And these are friends of ours. We've known them since the early years when they started. We worked together. Anyhow, we met over 40 years ago, and we've remained close friends through all of that. I've admired him and his success through producing a lot of his videos have over 1 billion views, things like with Nelly and Lil Wayne and those people that have mega views for some of his work. But I know he's encouraged you. We all encourage you. You got a lot of talent yourself, Caden, and you're doing right. You're being dependable. You're being on time, and that's how business runs. You got to keep your word and follow through. And it's amazing how far you can go and how much you can get done when you turn off negative hate off of television news.
Yes, sir. And Golden, I want to say everybody one last time, go check out this book, Behind the Beard. It is a must read. If you love country music, if you love gospel music, if you love great family things, if you really want to see what a true man is really like, why don't you guys buy this book for Christmas for a loved one, Behind the Beard. And his beard doesn't get any longer; it just gets wider. And you'll be able to read that in the book. And go check out William Lee Golden and the Goldens. Go check out our good buddy Danny Stefanetti on Danny Speakings on Fridays a few hours after this show airs. Go check out Danny Speaking. She is
she's talented. She's great. I'm a big fan of hers. I love her attitude, her talents, her singing, her songwriting, and especially her guitar playing. Like I said, I started playing guitar when I was little, but I kind of peaked out in my teenage years, and it's and then singing in quartets. Back then it was not fashionable to be playing guitars, so acoustic guitars, singing pop music in quartets.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Danny's great. I love her music, and she has a wonderful personality, and I think she's going to be a huge star coming up.
She is a huge star. And William Lee, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on the show. And it's
We'll
always,
do it again, Caden.
yes, sir.
Anytime you need to talk, we'll talk.
Yes, sir. And send Jeff your have Jeff send me your information, and we'll keep in contact, man.
Okay.
William Lee, thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, go check out the Oak Ridge Boys in Tennessee, Oak Ridge Boys Christmas in Tennessee. And William Lee, the legendary William Lee Golden. Golden, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Caden.
You're a great man.
See you later.
See you later.